Greetings! This is Abnormal Ranunculus, Professor of Transfigurations and one of the heads of house for Windhorse here at Wiogora, School of Wonder and Wisdom. Now, have you been receiving owl posts? You know the best way to receive owl posts is to send owl posts. But of course in these times we do not want to expose our friends to the COVID-19. So what is one to do? Well, today in Transfigurations we are going to be transfiguring our letters into owls. Problem solved. Now you're going to need some paper. Any paper will work. The thinner the better. So while you get that, I will just babble and show you some papers while you go and find your paper. Okay, so here I am babbling, and I have to tell you, one of my favorite places to find thin paper is in magazines. And I just take out pages that I like. It's good to have a blank on the back side, so you can find a magazine page that's blank on both sides. But some of them are kind of funny. I thought this one about communicating with cats was cute. And check this one out. It's just shoes, nothing but shoes. And on the other side, it's got a nice, very pale green writing, so that's an easy place to write. This is out of a gardening magazine, or catalog, I guess. It's got enough space there that you could write a message, though. This one's just plain pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? It was out of a National Geographic. Beautiful. This one made me think of Lady Wren, so if you're stone dragons out there, here's a nice yellow. It's all about calming and healing. It's got flowers. I think that's why I think of Lady Wren. Nice space on the back to write. This one also a nice stone dragon one. It's got that golden color to it, a little bit of leaves. And then here we have not just the word gold, but it's all about composting and how to have rich soil and nice dirt. Now, if you are a wave rider, that's probably the easiest to find. Travel magazines have beautiful wave rider pictures, but this one's out of a women's magazine. It kind of says, supercharge in the shower. I think you'd write on this side because this side has this sort of, looks kind of like a mermaid to me, so, you know, cool. And then I hit the jackpot with National Geographic and dolphins, so here we have that. This beauty, leaping right out of the water. Nice space on the back to write. Check this out. I didn't actually cut this one because it's just so awesome. All about the dolphin brain and how amazing it is. Of course, we know that. This, now, Phoenix Fire, you were probably the hardest, but this here is actually, I think, a Ritz commercial, but it says, all those in favor of happiness, put out your hand. And then it spread the, and if you wrote hope, it would be spread the hope. Get that, huh? Pretty cool. All right, here, I have no idea what this is. But there's all this fire on the bridge, and there's somebody jumping off holding 2 pieces of fire in their hands. I thought that was kind of cool. This looks fiery, but it's actually bees, which is kind of wild. But doesn't it look like fiery? I think if folded, that would look really cool as an owl. And of course, Nova Cassiopeia, you out there? What could be more fiery than a star? That's part of our solar system. Now, Windhorse, of course, our oxygen comes from trees, and here's a nice green page, and on the back, nice space for writing, another nice green, lush, and then on the back, check this out, a frog. I mean, you can't get any better than frogs, right? And look at this. Seriously, it's green, it's got a white feather, it's all about the power of the introvert and finding your quiet side. I mean, that's Windhorse if ever. And this, of course, is my favorite because, well, it is. All right, if you have your paper, let's get started. All right, so of course the first thing you want to do is you want to write your letter. I'm filming upside down, so forgive me. Let's see here. Dear Wiogora, I miss you all and wish you were in person. Love. Happy normal. Ranunculus. Terrific. So now, once you have your letter, and if you're just practicing these charms today, you can do it without a letter. You're going to take your paper and you need to make it a square. And the easiest way to do that is to fold right along so that your point is right there. You're going to fold it in half like that. And then, once it's folded, you can just do a tearing charm. Now, if you're not feeling quite secure enough about your tearing charm, that's all right. I believe that you can also use a Muggle item called scissors. Kind of cool. They actually work quite well. So here, I'll do that on this one. Now, I've been accused of going too quickly. So what I'm going to do today is do double of everything, and that way while you do one, I do two, and hopefully you get a double idea of how to do everything, right? So I'm just going to cut right where that edge meets, and I should have a perfect square. Beautiful. Okay. So now that you have your letter, you're actually going to fold it the other way so that the writing is on the outside just to start. Redo that diagonal, and then you're going to fold it the other way to make the other diagonal. So you want to line up your tips exactly, and when those are lined up, these tips should line up just like so. I'll do that again on here, so I'm going to refold this one. So my writing is on the outside at the moment. And refold, or newly fold, this one, lining up my tips and smoothing it out to the edges so that my points are nice and sharp. Okay, now you're going to take your paper, unfold it back to the beginning, and you're going to fold it in half this way. So you want to line up your edges and your corners again, and when those are lined up, you can crease. Want a nice sharp crease. There you go. Open it up and repeat the other way. You're going to find out that with this kind of transfigurations, you do almost every move of this spell twice. And there it is. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. This time the writing's going to be on the inside. I'm lining up my corners. Once I have them, I'm going to fold this. Nice and smooth. Open it back to the beginning, turn it the other way, and do that same fold again, lining up my corners and making it smooth. Everybody with me? Now, here comes the magic. You're going to take your paper, hold it on those seams right there, push in, and you have, voila, a small square that goes in on both sides. We'll do that again. I have my paper. I'm going to push in right on top here, push. So I have it like that, flatten it out, and there it is. Okay, so I just realized that you couldn't see that at all. So I'm going to do it again with this B paper for Phoenix Fire. So you have your folds going this way and that way, and this way and this way. And you're going to take it and pinch it by these two, one of the two top ones, and you're going to push in like so, and then just flatten it. And it's going to give you that nice shape. All right, do it again. You have your folds. You're going to take these two, push in, and fold to get that shape. Very beautiful. square. Now, the next step is to fold in right on these, if you see that seam right there in the middle, you're going to fold in the bottom, the part that opens, make sure it's the side that's opening, and you're going to fold into the center, right along that seam right there. And you're going to do the same thing on this side, fold right down to the point along the seam, like so. Once you have that, you're going to flip it over and do the exact same thing on the other side, because we want our owls to be symmetrical. There you go. I'm going to repeat that whole thing with this one. So I have the opened end. Don't use the one that doesn't open. Make sure it's the open end. And you're going to fold in along the seams like so. One side, the other side, flip it over. One side and the other side. Lining it up right along the seam, making sure that the bottom is a nice point. Okay, now you're going to take these beautiful kite shapes and you're going to fold down the top and crease it. Flip it over, fold down the top and crease it. There I am, have my kite. I'm going to fold this down right so it's flush with that edge, right? And I'm going to crease it. And then I'm going to flip it over and crease it on this side. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to open this up. So I have the two sides, I'm opening it, I'm grabbing it down by the bottom, and right where that we folded, it's going to fold back. And these folds are going to get turned inward. So right now they're folding outwards. We just want to turn these top ones so that they fold inwards. That's probably the hardest part of this whole thing. So there you see, you've done it. Now we're going to flip it over and do the same thing on this side. I'm going to pull up from the bottom. It's going to go right where this crease that we made is. This side is going to fold in, and this side is going to fold in. I'll do it again on this one. So I'm going to open. I'm going to pull up. This side is already perfectly done because we folded it that way, and this fold has to go inwards instead of outwards. So there's one side. And there's the other side. It should be a nice diamond shape. Right? And then we're going to fold it over. Do the other side, exact same thing. Pull it up and fold both those so that they come back to the point, and those seams are going to invert so that they fold in. Great! So yours should look like this. Now you're going to fold down that flap, turn it over, fold down the other flap. Fold down one flap, turn it over, fold down the other flap, and you're back to your kite shape. Next, instead of folding from the bottom, you're going to fold from the top, and you're going to fold in right to that center seam. One side and the other side. Flip it over, fold in one side and the other side, just like so. Trying to get a nice sharp point at the top. I'll do it on this one. I'm taking it, I'm folding in that first one at the top of the kite there. I'm going to fold in the other side right to the center line, crease it, flip it over, fold in my top right to that center line, crease it, and fold in my top right to the center line and crease it. Beautiful. Now I have something that looks like this, right? Hopefully you do too. Now, this is why you want thin paper, because we're getting to the tricky part. We want to fold down a little bit below that mark there. This is going to be your beak. Fold it there. Fold it up a little. Not much, just a small amount. I don't know if you guys can see that small amount that I folded. And then I'm going to fold it again over and press. That's going to be his like eyebrow area. Owls tend to have nice eyebrows. There it is. So I'm going to do it on this one. I'm going to fold down. I'm going to fold up just a little bit. Make that zigzag kind of shape. And then I'm going to fold down again. And I'm going to crease as much as I can. Okay. Now we have our owl shape coming together. But he needs wings, or she needs wings, or they need wings. So you're going to lift up inside here. There's a flap on each side. You're going to lift it up. And on the front, push your thumb into that corner right there as you pull it. And that's going to let you turn that little bit of a flap there and press down so that your wing, you want this other corner to be right where the edge is. I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to lift up. I'm going to, well, this time I'm using my finger instead of my thumb, but I'm going to push on that little bit right there. This is going to fold right near that edge. Ta-da! I have a beautiful owl wing. Yes? We'll do it again. This side, I'm pulling up. I'm sticking my thumb there. And there's my wing. I'm pulling up. So I'm using my finger, but that's all right. It's all because I'm filming upside down. And there we go. For some reason that wing is shorter. Why is it? There he goes. All right. So now I have an owl. He's got a beak. He's got a forehead, or fluffy area there. He's got two wings. It helps if he has feet. So grab your Muggle scissors. Slice right here at the bottom. And you're going to give him two little feet, like so. You can also tear it. And that's his tail. And there is your owl with the secret message inside. I'm going to do it one last time. I'm going to slice right along here. I'm going to fold his 2 feet. There's his tail, his wings, his forehead, his beak. He looks awesome. Now, if you are sending your owl post to an all-magical family, you can just take it outside and let the wind horse love blow it through the air to that person. But if your magical wizard lives near some muggles, I recommend a concealment charm. So watch very carefully. Concealio! Ta-da! Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Now, truly, this works. Muggles will get completely confused. Now, if you do it this way, you're going to want to write your wizard's name right here with their address. And then they have something that the Muggles have. You have to buy it. I don't have any Muggle money on me at the moment, but you know, it looks kind of like this. And you're going to buy these. And they say forever on them. I think Muggles call them a stamp. You're going to put that. Here's a nice wind horse love one that will go right up in this corner. I'm also very partial to these Ranunculus ones, but I understand that any that says forever will work.